Taking the stage is Jessica Lin.
Oh, it's so bright on here. Okay. Hello, I'm Jessica. I used to be a performing artist. In fact, I really enjoy being on stage because the experience of interacting with all of you guys always changes whenever I perform. Unfortunately, I had my scoliosis when I was really young, so I stopped being one. However, I still love it. So, a couple years ago, I came to New York for the very first time visiting my sister, who actually brought me to Times Square, where I discovered the world of Broadway. And I was so engaged by the performance, the music, the story, the cast, the set, overall, the energy that area kind of shared with us. And ever since then, I always wonder if there's one place or one tool that allows me to revisit that experience all at the same time. And that's how my venture Behind the Curtain was born. Behind the Curtain enhances the experience for Broadway theater goers by delivering an insider's point of view and providing fans with intimate access to the Broadway community, all in one place. So speaking of the industry, they constantly trying to find different approach to engage with their audiences and then create different skills. And then they started to embrace the idea of digital platform as a way to connect and communicate with their fans, as well as market the shows. But so far, no one platform can actually provide all the needs all the super fans are looking for. And as a super fan myself, these are some elements I always look for whenever I go to a new shows or revisit an old ones or just obsessed with all-time favorites. And to be honest, I'm not the only crazy one. So Behind the Curtain actually creates something that's experiential and very insightful, very immersive, and somehow very intimate. So let's start our journey. All right, so here's how it works. Um, we provide curated contents based on user preference. However you want to know like more about each shows or in different forms of contents, for example, the video or articles, audios, whichever. And based on each show, we want to provide more than just general information. So maybe weekly updates about your favorite shows, some show times and special events relate to that show, some theater history and information of the actual theater, and some fun facts. And who are those people on stage and off? Also, we want to make the backstage available to our users by creating curated imagery of behind the scene or some video clips, more in-depth character study, and individual interviews with the cast, the producers, whoever work on that show and make the magic happen to provide more augmented experience about each shows to our audience. Meanwhile, they have options to play music. The playlist, of course, is also curated and also encourage them to earn points and badges to unlock more contents and receive special offers from us. And here comes the number part. 2017, last year, 40 million people invested in retail, entertainment, and local businesses in Times Square. 13 million people out of those actually went to Broadway shows, and 61% were tourists. So what I'm trying to say here is when you mention superfan of Broadway musical, it doesn't just limit it to people who live here, but actually go beyond. And the same year, $4 billion were spent on entertainment in Times Square, 1.3 billion were spent on Broadway show admission alone. If we just take 1% from that sector, it's $10 million worth of market potential. And using that market potential, Behind the Curtain actually enhances the theater-going experience. We support the Broadway community, and we help market and promote Broadway shows and events. What's more, we are Broadway focused. We are curated, very insightful and informative. We care about community and want to support it. And then our service is actually expendable, and we're an app. None of the competitors actually doing the same thing. That makes us a unique and unparalleled source. So, in our MVP year, we want to focus our revenue on advertising support and also partner up with theaters, producers, or advertising agencies to create more fun experience to our users. And in our year one, we want to put our focus on creating different packages and let the users decide what kind of experience they want to have with us. In the future, we want to extend our service actually in different revenues beyond Broadway. And now what we're seeking for is a team that can make our MVP year a successful one. I cannot talk sometimes. And then partner up with true Broadway insiders to provide us access to get the materials we want to get. And then also some financial support to make the app happen and deliver into our users' hand. Some potential partners are actually Broadway advertising agencies, producers, theater organizations, and potential sponsors. So please visit our website and social media platform to find out more or contact us if you're interested in working with us. Behind the Curtain is not only a new way for me to perform, but also a new way to experience Broadway for everyone. Thank you.